What's going on, everybody? I'm Kevin from Cigar Prop, and it is another Drew Estate Tabak and Tech Tip Sunday. This week powered by Diet Coke, because I am out of Monster Energy. So we're going with Diet Coke this morning. We've talked about it before. I didn't have a bottle, so I had to print off a picture of a bottle of oil. This week, like so, all of our tech tips about what goes on during my week in the at work at Tires Plus. And this week, a lot of oil questions. A lot of people they come up for an oil change. I go to write them up, and I'm like, "Oh, which oil have you been using?" And they go, "I don't know, just put in whatever." And I'm like, No, let's not. Let's take a step back. Let's see. Let me look up, see what your manufacturer recommends for your car. I had one where it was a newer car. It was newer as in either 21, 22. For some reason, we didn't have what the manufacturer recommended. And I'm like, let's go out to your car. Let's grab your owner's manual real quick. And the young lady's like, "Can you just put in whatever?" Ma'am, I used to, way back in the day, I used to teach classes to all the local quick lubes in our chain about engine oil and how it is the lifeblood of your car. You hear that term, they are not joking. Engine oil is the lifeblood of your car. You won't do as many things to your car other than changing the oil. You're not going to put tires on. You're not going to put wiper blades on. You're not going to put engine air filters on as much as you're going to be changing your oil on your cars. It is the most crucial thing. Other than you put gas in your car more than anything else. So went out to her car, grabbed her owner's manual, very specific, 0W16. That's kind of a newer oil. A lot of people aren't going to be having that. A lot of cars, Nissans, I forget there's another one that's using the 16 now. What? So we got her into, which we have the Pennzoil 0W16. And we choose Pennzoil. People like Pennzoil. That's some pricey oil. It's the best. Why would you compromise? We don't compromise. Tires Plus, Hipton Tires Plus, Wheelworks, or Firestone Complete Auto Care. We don't compromise when it comes to putting the proper and best oil in your car. Yes, it is a little bit more expensive for an oil change, but we feel that it is worth it for you. A couple things you'll be noticing on a bottle of oil right here. It's the Starburst symbol. Just about everything is going to have a Starburst symbol. Go with your Pennzoil, Castrol, Haviland, Valvoline, and they're all, your name brand stuff. They're going to have the Starburst symbol. That just means it's American Petroleum Institute API approved. And then you have the 0W20, 5W20, 530, 1030. 1030s are you don't see that anymore. 016. I think there's a 018. 0 is the viscosity of the oil, how thin or thick it is at room resting temperature. In the bottle, it is a 0 weight 20. So that means when you start your car, it is like water, so it gets up where it needs to go faster. W stands for winter. It does not stand for weight. And then 20, so that is the number your oil can achieve in thickness. Now, with most fluids, when they get hotter, take molasses. You get it hot, take honey, anything else, it thins out and runs. Motor oil gets thicker as it gets hotter. Thicker per se, thicker on the molecular level. So as the engine gets hotter, those molecules start to bind and stick together, creating a thicker oil. Now, does it get up to the 20 weight? Does it get up to the 30 weight, the 40 weight, the 50 weight? Not in all circumstances. It can possibly get up to that. So you could be riding around, say you have a 0W40, a lot of European cars, 0W50. It may be running at a 0.20, a 0.30, a 0.37, a 0.38, or it may get all the way up to a 0.50 depending on the conditions. People ask, what can I use if I can't find? Say you have a 5W30. You can go down on the first number and up on the second number. So if you have a 530, you can go down to a 0.8 and then go up to a 50, a 0.50, a 0.40. So you can go down on the first number, you can go up on the second number. You never want to go up on the first number, because remember, when you start your engine, that oil, your engine was designed to be run with a certain oil. So if you go up in thickness, that oil's a little thicker, it could take a little bit longer to get where it needs to go, potentially doing damage along the way. And if your car was designed to be run at a certain operating temperature, and that oil gets thicker per se, and it needs to get up to a 50 weight to help protect that motor, but you put in a 30 weight, that motor oil is going to start breaking down a lot faster because it's not able to handle those temperatures, and then you could potentially do damage to your engine. Down on the first number, up on the second number, but just try and find the oil that is recommended for your vehicle. Change the oil according to your manufacturer's specifications, not the oil. People are like, oh, I'm using a synthetic. I can go 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, 7,500. Check your owner's manual. If your owner's manual says change your oil every 7,500 miles, doesn't make a difference which oil you use. It could be conventional, synthetic blend. If it's 7,500, it's going to be a synthetic blend or a full synthetic. If it's a synthetic blend and it's 7,500 miles, people are like, well, I'm just going to use synthetic and go 10,000. Wrong. You change it at 7,500. No matter what oil you're using, follow the manufacturer's recommended guidelines on changing your oil. Don't be cheap. It's the lifeblood of your car. Don't be cheap. Most people now are only changing their oil once a year because of extended drain intervals. So yeah, oil changes used to be $40, $50. Now they're $100. But it used to be $40, $50 and you're changing it 2, 3, 4 times a year. So now oil changes, $80, $90, $100, but you're doing it once a year. So you're really not spending any more money. Engine oil life monitors. People, I don't have to change my oil. It still says I have 1,000 miles to go, or I have 10% left. What does that mean? Certain manufacturers, Hyundai's, Kias, and others will use an oil life. Your dealership sets it. You can change that if you want, to where at 3,000 miles, 4,000, 5,000, light comes on. GM, Mercedes, on some models you can actually get a sensor and it determines the quality of the oil and when to change it. GM and others that use a percentage life. So when I change your oil, I reset that. That's like flipping an hourglass over. If you're driving down the road, cruise control on, it's nice and medium, that orifice shrinks up and those sand particles trickle through and your oil lasts longer. If you're in stop and go traffic, hitting the brake, gas, 115 degrees in, that orifice gets bigger, letting more sand come through, draining faster. So that's how your oil life monitor works. It monitors the conditions that you're driving, and it'll tick down faster or slower, just up and down. Pretty good system. But yeah, that's it. Oil life, or oil, it is the lifeblood of your engine. I cannot repeat that enough. Use a quality oil. Hands down, Pennzoil is the best. I've been using Pennzoil. I've been touting Pennzoil my entire career, 25 plus years. Like I said, we use it. Tires Plus, Firestone, Hibden Tires Plus, Wheel Works if you're out west, because it is truly the best oil, the best bang for the buck. Like I said, is it the cheapest oil? It is not, but who cares if it's the cheapest or not? It is the best. Change your oil. Get that sticker up in the window. Pay attention to that sticker. Pay attention to your oil life. And when you need an oil change, give me a call. I'm at Tires Plus. Set up an appointment. Come on in and let us change your oil. All right, we'll see everybody again next week.